Hey, good evening.
Hold on real quick,
welcome
David. Just need to double check something real quick here.
There we go.
All right, we're good.
We good?
Yep.
6 feet?
6 feet.
Okay. Well, hey, GP Middle School, good evening. Pastor David here. I'm so excited to be with you tonight. I'm joined by my friend Pastor Mark, and we have some very important news and updates that we want to share with you tonight. To do that, I'm going to invite my friend Matt to come up and tell you about a game we're going to play to tell you what those important announcements are about the rest of the month of November for GP Middle School. Matt?
Hello, David. Hello, Mark. Welcome to GP Middle School. Tonight, we're going to play a game of hard-boiled egg roulette. Yes, a dozen eggs, 8 of which have been hard-boiled, 4 remain raw. One by one, beginning with you, David, you shall grab an egg, select it carefully, and smash it up against your head. If it's hard-boiled, it may hurt a little, but at least it won't make a mess. If you pick a raw egg and it splatters all over, you must then give an announcement. We will play until one person has gotten egged twice. Do you understand these rules? Fantastic. Let the games begin.
All right, Mark, I'm up.
Whoa. Why do you get to go first? Why can't I go first?
Because I'm the middle school pastor. That's why.
But you're going to have better odds.
That's just the way things go.
Oh, my. Okay. Yeah, once you touch it, don't forget. Once you touch it, pick wisely. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what you got here.
Oh, no. If these were hard-boiled, they'd be warm, right?
Yeah, maybe he would put them all in ice. I don't know.
Okay. If it's raw, I have to give an announcement.
This is true. Let's see what you got.
Here we go.
Oh! Right off the bat!
Okay.
You know what? I'm glad you went first.
Well, friends, the first announcement, we're not meeting tonight. GP Middle School Ministry will not be gathering at Gathering Point tonight, November 11th. We're sad to not be with you, but due to a number of small group leaders needing to quarantine, we're not going to be gathering tonight.
Tell you what I'm not sad about is him having an egg on his face. All right, here we go. All right. How'd it feel? Did it hurt?
Oh, it's cold.
Okay. Ah! How are we 2 for 2 right off the bat?
I don't think you boiled them long enough. I think they're all raw.
Yeah, it sounds like that might be the case.
Was that raw or was that hard?
Oh, it's raw. It's running down my face.
Would you
right
please
now.
give them an announcement?
Yeah. Not only are you not meeting tonight, but next week you're going to be off as well. That's going to be November 18th. No GP Middle School, but be on the lookout online for what's coming next. You're up, buddy.
Okay.
Oh, wait, how's this game work? Once you get to 2, you lose?
Once you get to 2.
I don't like
it's
our
over.
odds already. Yeah, that's a winner
Okay.
for sure.
I think
Just
hard
feel
boiled.
the stuff running
Right
down
boiled
my
right here.
eyebrows.
I want to look like Pastor Mark in my shirt. So let me go do some curls and bench press.
Gave me a small.
Okay. You ready?
Let's see it.
It's for you guys. Golden, hard boiled, baby.
Ooh, you're gonna have. Don't eat it. You got. That thing's like rubber. Ooh. You got salmonella on your hands, man. All right, so
You've already had it once. Don't forget, if it's raw, you give an announcement.
raw, hard boiled. So that could only mean that this is hard boiled, for sure.
We've got 2 announcements left.
I feel fairly confident. Oh, this is so gross. All right, here we go.
Yeah! There we go.
Woo!
Good work, Mark.
That kind of hurt a little bit. Oh, I got a little headache on that one. All right, what you got, man? What you got?
Raw, hard. So hard boiled appear to be on this side, raw are on that side.
You should probably take this.
I'm going to live on the edge in the middle. There we go. Okay. Got some shell from the last one. Hard boiled egg. You're going to be given an announcement here in just a moment. Ready?
That's it.
Golden.
Ooh,
Bring it.
All right. Man, you are living life good. How do we get? All right, 2 for 2. Let's see.
Like I said, hey, hard boiled over here. Raw are on your side.
All right. Here we go. I feel confident right off the bat.
Oh!
Yeah! Man, that hurts. Jeez. You can kind of feel it about 5 seconds after.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming down to it now.
I think Well, I'm gonna keep going with what I know works. Oh, hard-boiled, golden.
Oh, well, all right then.
Your turn.
I picked it quick.
Am I bleeding? Because that hurt.
Oh. Let's see. Okay. Oh, hard boiled.
And Smitty said, how many are raw?
I don't know.
I think he said 4, so
4!
we've got 2 left.
There's 4!
We've got 2 left.
I might be concussed.
Just going for it. Oh, hard-boiled.
Man.
There you go.
Oh.
You are going to be giving an announcement.
Oh, that means 2 of those are raw. Is this correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
You can already tell. Is it cold?
I don't know. It just all feels the same right now. Oh! Hey, I think I know what that means, Pastor David.
That's if the 4 that are raw. Maybe he hard-boiled more than the 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna come towards the middle. This one is cold. Let me just go ahead and give you the announcement that on Wednesday, November 25th, you got it, GP Middle School will not be meeting. The next day's Thanksgiving. I hope that all of you will get to be with family for the holiday, but GP Middle School will not be meeting on Wednesday, November 25th.
Oh, yuck.
We've got one more announcement and one more egg, Mark.
We do. I'm gonna guess that Matt Smith doesn't know how to count. And oh, he does know how to count. Well, there is one last announcement, and maybe you already figured this out, but because you're not meeting tonight, you're gonna be watching a sweet video online. And so you'll be checking that on YouTube. Pastor David's gonna tell you a little bit more about that in just a moment while I go get cleaned up.
Last week, we began a new series called Follow, and we talked about the story of Mary and Martha from the Gospel of Luke. We talked about that if we want to follow Jesus, we have to have a relationship with him. This week, we're going to continue in our series Follow. So I want to invite you guys to watch the video following this message. And parents, please pay attention after the video for a very important message pertaining to next week.
What's up? I'm Lauren. Okay, secret you probably didn't know about me. I get overwhelmed easily. Actually, I'm overwhelmed right now. But let me tell you about this one time. I was in middle school, and my parents had decided we were going to move from Florida to Georgia. It was a big move, and up until this point, we hadn't moved in years. So I had collected a lot of stuff. One afternoon, I came home from school, and just as I was about to lay down on the couch, turn on some Nickelodeon, eat some Pringles, my mom tells me that it's time for me to clean out my room. All of it. My closet, my drawers, under my bed, which is scary. It was a daunting task. She gave me a few boxes and asked me to get to work. What should have taken me a few hours took me a few days because I spent more time giving myself pep talks than actually cleaning and packing. I was so overwhelmed and I didn't know where to start. And here's the thing, I'm gonna tell you another secret. I'm not a good dancer. That's actually pretty overwhelming for me. It's like a lot of steps and movements and things to remember and just in general coordination, and it's difficult, it's hard. Hey, Macarena. But because I'm committed to learning something new, I have a friend here who can actually dance, and they're gonna teach me some moves. Marley! What's up?
So,
This is my friend Marley. Marley, what grade are you in?
I am in 7th grade.
7th grade. Now, you're about to teach me some moves. If you had to rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, where would you rate yourself?
I would probably rate myself as an 8 because I still need a lot of work to do.
I'm gonna put myself at a nice 4. I would love to learn from you, so teach me a dance that I need to know right now. What's in, what's hip, what do I need to know, okay?
Okay, well, I guess we could start with the floss.
Okay, that's cool. I floss
So-
my teeth, yep.
Like, you start from right here,
Okay,
then your waist goes out,
uh-huh,
then you go back out,
okay.
switch over in the front,
Oh, it's getting
back
crazy.
over on the side,
Okay,
back over,
uh-huh.
front,
Oh,
just like flossing
I get
for
it.
real.
Yeah, flossing your teeth, which is important. Dental hygiene is a priority. Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. What's the next move I need to know? It's good cardio. This is good. Okay, I like that one. Nervous for my ankles. Show me the most complicated move you know. I think I'm ready.
Not one step, I go.
Oh, okay, yes, yes. if I can do that, but that was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
10 out of 10.
Wow, that was it's my cardio for the week, I think. So, but I did it. I learned a new thing. Kind of, maybe. I don't know. See, some things are pretty intimidating like that. Like, they can seem so complicated or overwhelming that we just don't know where to start. And maybe for you, it's not dancing, and it was writing your first book report or research paper. I mean, doing all that work and writing more than just one page isn't an easy task, is it? Or maybe it was learning all the lines for that school musical you're in, or memorizing all those plays for the team you're on. Maybe it was just taking on the task of actually cleaning your room, and I mean really cleaning your room. It looks like a bomb went off in there, and we all know it. So how do we even know where to start? Now, let me ask you this. Have you ever felt a similar way about your faith? I think if we're being honest, we'd all say that sometimes following Jesus seems like a pretty big and important task. In fact, it's so big and important that sometimes we don't even know where or even how to start. Maybe the idea of following Jesus leaves you feeling overwhelmed. You kind of want to know what this Jesus thing is all about, but it just seems really complicated. Too many rules, too many Bible verses, too many prayers, too many things to remember, to do or not to do. You just don't know where to start. Or maybe for you, it's not that following Jesus on its own seems complicated, it's that life seems complicated. There are so many other options for your life, so many other demands and distractions to give your attention to besides following Jesus. I mean, you've got your friends, your family, your schoolwork, your small group, your team, your activities, your social media, your YouTube channel, your chores, the list goes on and on and on. And with all those things asking for your time and attention, the idea of adding one more thing to that list, especially something as big as following Jesus, well, it just seems like a lot. Maybe you aren't interested at all in this whole faith thing. And that's because you're overwhelmed too. Not by the idea of actually following him, but by what you think you'd have to give up if you did. You don't want to stop hanging out with those friends or watching that show or listening to that music or dating that person. And you think if you decide to follow Jesus, that's exactly what you'll have to do. Changing the way you're living now just seems like too big of a job. No matter what you think about following Jesus, all of us could probably agree that it's a pretty big deal. Deciding to put your faith in God and live a life that follows Jesus is a big decision. And big decisions often leave us overwhelmed. For some of us, we aren't sure we even want to start following Jesus. And for others of us, we just don't know where to start. Luckily, there's a story in the New Testament that gives us some answers. It's an encounter Jesus had with a man that I think will give us an idea of how we can start following Jesus, even when it seems overwhelming. The story is found in the book of Luke, one of the books that chronicles the events of Jesus' life here on earth. As the story goes, Jesus encountered a man named Levi, who was a tax collector. His name was later changed to Matthew. Now, you've heard of taxes, right? There's this thing that adults have to do, and there's like all these kinds of forms, and it's such a hassle, and everyone dreads doing their taxes. But this was a big deal back then too, because you see, tax collectors were really powerful, important people. Money, please? No more. Just a little bit more. I know you have it, so just some more. A little more. And because of that, they were also hated by a lot of their own people. I mean, really hated. As you can imagine, Levi wasn't the most popular guy on the block in town. With that in mind, let's see what Luke has to say. Later, as Jesus left the town, he saw a tax collector named Levi sitting at his tax collector's booth. "Follow me and be my disciple," Jesus said to him. So Levi got up, left everything, and followed him. Whoa, hold on a second. You're telling me that Jesus, who is perfect and sinless, not only stopped to talk to this terrible, horrible Levi guy, but he also invited Levi to actually follow and go with him? The tax collector, traitor, and thief? That's the guy Jesus chose? Well, yeah, that's exactly what happened. When Jesus met Levi, he didn't address anything about his behavior or his job or his loyalties. Jesus didn't wait to see how Levi measured up or what he was or wasn't willing to do for him. Instead, Jesus invited Levi to follow him, just like that. He invited Levi to take a step. He invited Levi to start, because following Jesus starts with a step. You're probably thinking, that sounds simple and all, but is it really that easy? Here's the hard answer. No, it's not. Following Jesus is a big deal. Taking a step toward him is an important decision in your life because anytime you step toward something, you have to step away from something else. And that isn't always easy to do. Levi had to step away from what was on the table. He had to walk away from what was right in front of him so he could step toward following Jesus. His job, his money, his power, all of it had to be left behind. He didn't have everything figured out. He didn't know what was going to happen next. He didn't know what people would think of him or if Jesus would continue to accept him. And honestly, all of those thoughts probably left Levi feeling more than overwhelmed. But it's important to see that even with all that, Levi still took the step. Just one step towards following Jesus. And every single day after that, he just had to take the next step. Levi didn't exactly know what he was stepping into when he took a step away from the table that day. He just knew who he was taking a step towards, Jesus. He was following Jesus. And from then on, he just kept taking one step towards Jesus at a time. Because that's what faith in following Jesus really is. It's one prayer at a time, one choice at a time, one moment at a time. It's a step by step by step. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just have to start. Following Jesus starts with a step. So what does it look like in your life right now? Well, I think it's probably different for all of us. But we can remember that all we have to do is start. Just one step, then the next, then the next. Following Jesus starts with a step. So this week, here's the step I hope you'll take. Start by asking yourself, what's the thing I might have to step away from? Just like Levi stood up and walked away from his tax collector's booth, maybe you need to walk away from something too. Maybe for you, that's walking away from a feeling. Maybe it's doubt or fear that God doesn't really care about or love you. Maybe it's pride that tells you you've already got it all figured out. Or maybe it's walking away from a habit. Maybe it's those videos you know you shouldn't be watching, or that gossip you know you shouldn't be participating in, or the drugs and alcohol you're curious about or experimenting with. Or maybe it's walking away from an unhealthy relationship or a toxic group of friends who push you in the wrong direction. Now, I'm not asking you to walk away from everything and everyone who's a part of your life. I'm not telling you to change all of your behaviors or habits overnight because that would be overwhelming. What I'm asking you to do is just take one step. Me, Lauren, asking you, yes you, to take one step. Just start. Ask yourself what you might need to step away from right now in your life. And then ask yourself this: how can I take one step towards Jesus instead? Maybe for you, the step you might take is to start praying, or you might start reading the Bible on your own, or listening to worship songs when you get ready in the mornings. Others of you might need to forgive someone you've been holding a grudge against, or give to someone in need. Maybe your first step is to simply ask questions to your small group leader, or a trusted friend about what this whole faith thing is. Whatever it is, as you decide to take one step away from something in your life, don't miss a chance to take one step toward Jesus. Because following Jesus starts with a step. So as you leave today, I want you to think about this question: what's one step I can take towards following Jesus this week?
Don't forget, following Jesus starts with taking a step. And I hope this week you'll think of one thing you can do to take that next step in following Jesus. Parents, next week we want to play a game. And in order to do so, we are going to need your help. I would like for you to record a 5 or 10 second clip of your middle schooler's bedroom. They don't need to clean it up. They don't need to clear out the pizza boxes or make the bed. Just send us a 5 to 10 second clip of your middle schooler's bedroom. And next week, we're going to play a little bit of a guessing game as we invite students to guess which middle schooler's bedroom they're looking at. You can send that clip to me at dmorris@gatheringpt.com. Thanks for joining us, and have a great week.